North Korea, a nation shrouded in secrecy, ruled by one of the most isolated regimes on Earth. For decades, it has been a flashpoint of tension between the East and the West. But what if one day, the United States Army was ordered to cross the border and invade? Would it be a swift victory, or the spark that ignites World War III? The invasion begins with thunder. U.S. artillery and airstrikes pound North Korean positions along the demilitarized zone, the most heavily fortified border in the world. The opening hours would be brutal. The U.S. Army, backed by precision missiles and stealth bombers, would attempt to cripple North Korea's command centers, missile silos, and air defense systems. But North Korea is not Iraq, nor Afghanistan. Within minutes, thousands of artillery guns hidden in mountains begin raining shells towards Seoul, a city of 10 million people. The U.S. must race against time, eliminate those guns before civilian casualties spiral out of control. As U.S. armored brigades roll across the border, they face a nightmare landscape. North Korea's terrain is unforgiving. Steep mountains, narrow valleys, and endless tunnels carved deep into the earth. The Army's superior tanks and infantry fighting vehicles give them a technological edge, but every tunnel could hide ambushes, every ridge a deadly surprise. The U.S. would likely crush open battles quickly. North Korea's outdated tanks and aircraft are no match for American M1 Abrams and Apache helicopters. But the real challenge isn't the army in front of them. It's the regime's ability to fight from the shadows. North Korea has spent decades preparing for this exact scenario. Millions of soldiers, paramilitary fighters, and citizens trained for guerrilla warfare. Even if the U.S. captured major cities, the countryside would become a grinding insurgency. Ambushes, sabotage, and suicide attacks could bleed the U.S. Army for years. And let's not forget, North Korea's secret weapon isn't its army, it's its artillery and its nuclear program. Even the hint of nuclear retaliation could change everything. An invasion of North Korea wouldn't just be a U.S.-North Korea war. China, sharing a border with Pyongyang, would see this as a direct threat. Would Beijing intervene to protect its buffer state? Russia, too, might seize the chaos to expand its influence. Suddenly, a local war could spiral into a global conflict, the very nightmare world leaders have feared for decades. So, what would happen? Militarily, the U.S. Army would overwhelm North Korea's conventional forces in weeks, maybe even days. But victory on the battlefield is not the same as victory in war. The cost, millions of civilian lives at risk, a devastated Korean peninsula, and the constant shadow of nuclear escalation would make this one of the most dangerous wars in human history. In the end, the U.S. could win the battles, but the world might lose far more than it gains. So, what if the U.S. Army really did invade North Korea? Perhaps the better question is, could humanity survive the consequences?